Hi, it's a lipstick gal. Thank you so much for watching today. Let's talk about some October favorites. I'm going to start with non-makeup items. There have been some things that have really surprised me this month. One of them is probably the thing that has made the biggest difference and that I'm most excited about is this. This is the Divine Water Finishing Spray from M Cosmetics. Okay, I haven't had it that long, but do you see where we're at here? I can't help myself with this. This is so beautiful. It smells amazing. The scent doesn't linger. It doesn't make my face feel tight or like I just sprayed it with hairspray. It feels hydrating. It feels amazing. But the best part about this, as somebody who does still like to wear powder, despite the fact that I'm pushing 50, 50's coming in January, and the texture of my skin is changing. I'm seeing more of those fine lines all the time. I'm seeing powders kind of do some like weird changing act under my eyes where they looked fine at the beginning and then now they're not. Makeup doesn't sit on my face the same way that it used to. It's more visible like I'm wearing something, like there's makeup and then there's my skin. And to kind of get rid of that look of a makeup-y look, this is beautiful, beautiful. It helps the makeup kind of you spray it on the surface, doesn't stay on the surface. It kind of goes through the makeup to your skin to hydrate your skin. And in the process kind of makes everything like one. I don't know. I feel like I look like I'm wearing less makeup despite the fact that I'm not when I'm wearing this. And on the days that I want to powder my full face, oh, guess who doesn't look powdery anymore? Like I'm, instead of just strategically powdering my T-zone and my under eyes, now I'm like powder everywhere. And this is my new best friend. I have been loving this. Something else that has been huge for me this month is this. I happened to purchase a bunch of these on sale going, I hope they're good. And they're amazing. All right, if you're looking for a 50 SPF, this is beautiful. This is their mild watery light SPF. It has SPF 50 and a 4+ PA rating. I love, as much as possible, I try and make sure that I get a 4+ PA rating. This is really, really, really good. I wish the ingredients in here were in English, but they're all in Korean. I don't know if you can see that. There's very little English right here at the bottom. But I don't know whether this is a physical or a chemical SPF, if that's important to you. I just know that I'm looking for something that's going to play well under makeup and not do weird things on top of other skincare. It needs to play well with the skincare as well as the makeup. This does. Oh my goodness. And it goes in, it's hydrating, but it's very lightweight. And the reason I picked up a bunch of these was the description of it being like a light, watery sort of, hydrating situation. I didn't finish the other SPF that I had open. I had picked one up from Pyongkangyul, and it's an SPF 50 with a 4+ PA rating. The reason I stopped using the Pyongkangyul one, I'll probably put it in my purse for like hands or something, is because I got to the point where I started asking myself, like subconsciously, do I really want to put on SPF today? And the truth is, I need an SPF that is so easy to wear, I would be stupid not to put it on. And that one, although the coverage and the protection that it gave was great and it worked well with everything, I just had to rub it in forever. So you didn't see why. And sometimes I couldn't get it all the way up because I'd get a little bit of it in my hairline and then I'd have a little bit of white left here. It just had too many points of pain. I think that on my hands, like it's gonna be fine. So I'll throw it in my purse, if I need to add some more sunscreen to my neck or to my chest or to my hands or what have you. I'll finish it up that way. But for the face, this right here has been really, really nice. Now these next two items were kindly sent to me from the brands, but I love this. Okay, so do you ever watch Dr. Lee? Dr. Lee is a YouTube channel and it's two dermatologists and they are some of my favorite videos to watch when it comes to caring for your skin and what sort of products really work the best. And Dr. Shah, one of the two dermatologists, is the one who started his own line. And the brand reached out to me and asked if they, hey, do you want to try some stuff from our line? I was like, sure. And wouldn't you know it, the remedy for dry lips is a thing that I have been obsessed with. Obsessed. This is so beautiful. This has ceramides, squalene, peptides. It does have petrolatum in it. It's an unscented, clear, it comes with like a slant tip applicator. I don't love the packaging like a ton, but it's clear. It's right here. I love the way this feels on the lips. It's not as heavy as like pure Vaseline. But it does have that slightly occlusive layer to it. It's not as kind of greasy as like the Laneige lip sleeping mask. When you put that on, it kind of like, ooh, it's kind of like slippy and slidey. This, it has a nice texture to it. And it looks matte on the lips, which is what I like about it. But I wear this at night. Okay, so here's what I do. I've been trying to incorporate peptides on my lips before bed. And because this has peptides and ceramides, I have been putting on a thick layer of this and using it as my lip sleeping mask. Now, is it supposed to be? I don't think it's designed to be, but guess who uses it that way? Me. And I find that it does a really good job. Now, in the morning when I wake up, and I've been sleeping for about 7.5 hours, you know, between 7 to 7.5 hours. I find that if I'm going to roll over and go back to sleep, I'll throw another layer of this on because my lips are pillowy soft and they're not chapped, but there's nothing on the surface of them. And maybe I could go another couple of hours without, you know, there being anything on them, but I don't take that chance. This lips by my bedside. I throw on another layer, and I really like this. Now, one thing I noticed, this is not a full ½ ounce. A lot of other balms that come in tubes like this one here from Glossier, and maybe I'm just thinking of Glossier is 0.05 ounces. Here we're getting 0.33 ounces. We're getting less. I don't know that that is much of a problem because this has the ingredients that I like the ceramides and the peptides, and it does a really good job. And it's less expensive than the other ones that I love that have the same ingredients. Like I love the one from Edam, the Shoo Shoo Lip Softening Mask. That one is beautiful, but she's mid-20s. Same thing with the one from Ole Henriksen. That one is beautiful. I have the strawberry one and I love it. It's a little bit slippier. It doesn't last on my lips quite as long as this does, but it does have the peptides, which I'm really looking for. And that one's also like $20, $22. It's in that $20 range. You're not getting as much here, so I'd have to do the price per ounce. Maybe what I'll do is like future me will do the price per ounce and we'll throw up visuals of how much the one from Edam is price per ounce compared to the one from Ole Henriksen compared to this one from Remedy. But I really like this. And if you're looking for something without scent and without color, this is great. I wasn't convinced. I didn't know if it was going to work or not, but I ended up getting a ZIIP Halo. The brand sent this to me to try. First time I used it, I only did one side of my face, and this is just using it once. I went out, showed my family, and I asked every single member of my family, okay, I just tried this new device. Which side do you think looks higher and tighter? And everybody said the side that I had just done. And when I was looking in the mirror, it was like one side was higher and one side was like, and I was like, whoa. There are two different technologies involved in the ZIIP. One is microcurrent, and microcurrent is something that works instantly and it works on a muscular level to kind of help to tighten, but it's not long term. The effects last, 48, 72 hours. You're not getting a ton of like long-term results. This is for like instant lift. I'll take that. I'm sure. That right there, great, give me that. But the other thing that this offers is nanocurrent. And nanocurrent is very similar to our brains work with our body to send out electrical impulses, and those electrical impulses actually go through and help our skin rejuvenate and regenerate. It helps to produce things like collagen and elastin and things like that in our bodies. The older we get, the fewer of those electrical impulses. That's why we start to see the signs of aging. And this kind of says, hey body, guess what? It's not from the brain, but you're getting the same impulses. Your body starts to make the collagen and your face just looks just a little bit plumper, a little bit higher, a little bit tighter. And it's lasting, long lasting. So there's the microcurrent that does the instant lift, and then the nano current that does go through and help over the long term, and you'll see lasting results from. One thing I will tell you is I can feel this. Now, I think everybody would be able to feel it, and it feels a little zippy. And one of the, what they're calling like potential side effects is like muscles like going through and like spasming, like where they're just like twinging quite a lot. I find that I do get some of that within the first 2 days of having used it. I'm not using it every day. They say you can use it up to 5 times a week. I'm probably doing like every other day. And it only takes 4 minutes to do my whole face. I like that. It's not a very long or involved process. So I'll wash my face, I'll dry my face, put on the conductive gel. What's great about this is as I'm using it, I'm able to put it to my face and like take it up, and then it beeps, and when it tells me to go to the next section, and then I go to the next section, and then it beeps and it tells me to go to the next section. So I'm able to go through, and I'm able to do like right under here, this area, as well as like underneath my eye. There is an app. And I haven't tried all of the routines in the app, but I have tried the lip routine, because between the peptides in my lip products and this, I'm like, we're not getting lip filler. We're just trying to reduce the speed of aging as it's showing up on my face. And I feel like this, with a good hydrating lip product with ceramides and peptides and things like that, probably is going to help me do as much as I can do on my own. I'm so glad that ZIIP sent me this to try, but this is definitely something that I'm going to continue to use in my daily skincare routine. And it's something that I'm going to be alternating with other devices, because I do have LED mask, I have this, I have the Nero laser. Like, I've got a lot of different, you know, facial devices. And I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this. The only downside for me has been like the twitching, like around my eyes, or sometimes like right around my lips. That comes with using the device, but I don't know necessarily that it's so bad and it lasts for so long that it would keep me from using it, because it happens for a couple of seconds and then it stops. I always save lips for last. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to start with lips and tell you the things that I've been loving this month. One of them is this little set here. It's got 5 mini pencils. It's from Makeup Forever. It's called the Artist Color Pencil Magic Minis. And there are 2 lip pencils in here. These are so good. So they give you a miniature of Wherever Walnut. I do have a full size of Wherever Walnut, but they give you Anywhere Caffeine. Now, I had never tried Anywhere Caffeine. I can't stop reaching for it. I can't. I'm wearing it today. I feel like it's like the perfect brown without being too brown. And since I've been loving kind of like a brown leaning lip, these 2 pencils, one leans a little bit more pink, one leans a little bit more brown. They're just absolutely fabulous. I really like them. Now, these are not a gel pencil. These are your typical wooden pencils that you sharpen, and they help you to line your lips. I like them best. I was just putting it over the top of a lipstick. I like it best when I put it on first and then I put on the lipstick. But there have been times that I'm like, I'm just gonna add a little bit more, you know, just like a doot-doot, and keep going. But I prefer these best when I put them on first and then put whatever other lip products I'm gonna put on. Have I been using the brown, the black, and the white? I've been using the brown and the black. Haven't used the white, but I saw the Lipstick Lesbians talking about this. If you get this set and you're like, what am I going to do with that white? If you want to use one of these colors, you can use the white on top to kind of ombre it into something a little bit lighter, blend them together, and then you have, you know, a darker line and then a lighter color, but the texture is all going to be the same. So I haven't quite used it yet that way. I've only been using them as liners, not to fill in the full surface of my lips. But now I know what I'm doing with the white, because before I was like, well, I guess there's going to be one of these I don't use. I've been using all of them and I've really been enjoying them. I've been pairing the 2 lip liners a ton with these guys. Okay, and there's only one here. I'll throw a picture of the other one up for you. But this is a duo set that you can get both at Sephora as well as Glossier. And this is one of their holiday balm.coms. You know me, I love balm.com so much. So this is the Biscotti scent. They also have espresso, and it comes in a kit, 2 for $27, which is, I think, a great price. Here's Biscotti. It smells kind of nutty and sweet. Very much a gourmand smell, which I like. And the espresso smells almost like a mocha. I mean, it has a little hint of chocolate to it. It's not too bitter and coffee-like, but it smells really good. But I like the colors. I wish I had the other one here. It's in my purse because I've been taking it with me everywhere. But the espresso is more of a straight up brown, whereas they do have back cookie butter and hot cocoa, which are limited edition colors that they usually bring out for holiday. And if you're wondering the difference between espresso and hot cocoa tends to have a little bit more of a pinky undertone to it, and it's kind of like a pinky brown, whereas the other one is more of like a slightly deeper brown. So if you're looking for more of a brown lip, espresso, and if you're wanting something that is brown but has a rosy lean to it, hot cocoa. But I've been loving this and pairing it with the liners nonstop. Earlier this month, I picked up the dress code set from Merit. This is a 3-piece lipstick collection that comes in a set. I think it's $56. I'll list the price for you right here, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful, it's beautiful. Normally, each one of these lipsticks is $26. So for just a little bit more than the price of 2 of them, you're getting 3. And I have been obsessed with this right here. This is the shade I'm wearing today. This is Bespoke. It's so pretty and so easy. And I love it with that liner from Makeup Forever. That's great. I should swatch these for you. This set is the only holiday lip set I want. I've seen other ones. I'm like, no, I don't know. I don't have to. But this one here, when I saw it, I was like, I needs must have. All right, so this is Bespoke. This is the one that is kind of like their cream formula. This is Black Tie, and it is their matte formula. It comes in this kind of like smoky quartz packaging. The original formula is the one that comes in the amber packaging, and is this one here in Bespoke. It's kind of like a creamy, lightweight. You can hardly feel that you're wearing it. All of them feel like, do I have a lipstick on? But they're hydrating and comfortable. This last one here, you see how sheer it is? It's not just the color, it's also the formulation. This is their lip blush. And it is a matte lipstick that has very little color. It's kind of like a sheer matte. And I know that sounds kind of like an oxymoron because normally mattes are really punchy. No, I love this. This is great. And it's also not drying my lips out. I don't know what sort of alchemy they did, but this is a very comfortable hydrating formula. They all are on the lips. They don't dry my lips out, but I especially love this lip blush formula. And this is in the shade Du Jour. I'm hoping that we're going to get more of these lip blush formulas in 2025, because if this is kind of like what they're teasing for the holidays, come on, Merit, don't hold out. We need more of these. These are stunning. Really like this new formula. Very much into the Easy Fall lip. Another one that I have been loving is from Queen Musia. This is called Becky Sharp. This is another very comfortable cream feeling lipstick that is matte. And I like that it is not too cool, but it's also not like a warm nude. It definitely is a cool nude, but it doesn't have like too much purple in it. I think it's the perfect shade of everyday pink. It's so easy for me to wear. And I feel like if you build it up, you're seeing more of like the tinge of purple to it. But it's so pretty. It's very comfortable. And I love the packaging. The packaging is really fun. I love the color, the design, and everything. Okay, so the one lipstick that I had to have, and I feel bad and guilty admitting this, but I bought it just for the packaging. But isn't she lovely? Look at this. Oh my goodness. So this is the Rouge G, the holiday collection from Guerlain. I also had them engraved. It says the Lipstick Gal right here. And I was like, yes, that's what I want. I'm so excited by that. So the package here is everything to me. This is so pretty, so stunning. Oops, upside down. But I love this. The shade that I got is a limited edition shade for holiday, but it is in their matte formula. And this is the shade 980. And it's a bright, bright red. It's really, really comfortable on the lips, and it lasts. Oh my goodness, it lasts so long. I have another Rouge G matte, but it's more of like a warm pink shade, and it doesn't last as long as this red. I feel like the deeper the shade, the more intensity we're getting. but I really, really, really like this formula because it doesn't dry my lips out. It is still matte. It doesn't travel and find all of my lip lines. By the way, same thing with the ones from Merit. Those don't find lip lines and travel where they're not supposed to. Same thing with the one from Queen Musia. Also doesn't go where it's not supposed to. And on someone with mature lips, that's really important. I don't want to have to babysit a product. I don't want to have to wear a lip liner to keep product in place. If I'm wearing a lip liner, it's to define my lip line and to maybe, you know, fix kind of like a wavy edge, because the older I get, the more volume I'm losing. And sometimes visual tricks by making sure that I have kind of like a straight line and filling in little gaps and stuff right on the edge of the vermilion border is exactly what I need, but I'm doing it for a different reason than if I don't put a liner on, it's gonna go everywhere. I don't like lipsticks like that. That falls into the category of high maintenance, and I do not prefer high maintenance lip products. This right here, epitome of a low maintenance red. I don't want you to feel like you have to get this, because you don't. She's very, very expensive. I think it was like $48 just for this. And I think $38 or $40 for the limited edition lipstick. It was like $100 total. Like after tax and shipping and all of that, I think it was like $99 and change. So, okay, just keep that in mind. But the one thing is, if you live in a place where there's a large department store, I think that Neiman Marcus is carrying this. I think that Nordstrom is carrying this. I think Macy's is carrying this, but only if you have a Guerlain counter. That way you wouldn't have to pay for shipping. But oh my goodness, been loving. Also love the fact that I've been pulling in my drugstore About Face lip liner with Little Miss $100 Guerlain here. This is the About Face matte lip liner, and this is the shade Forever Flame, and it's a really nice cool red. This is a gel lip liner. And so it will, if you have a high maintenance red, they have a warm red and a cool red. This is the cool red. The warm red, I think, is, what's it called? Warm red is Sound the Alarm. Cool red is Forever Flame. But I've been using this with my crazy bougie expensive lipstick, and it's making like the perfect pair. Lipstick lasts all day. And with this being a gel liner, it's going to set down and stay and not budge. And I love that. I did a little bit more shopping this month than I normally do. I'm just going to admit to going on a little bit of a shopping spree, but I found some really great products. I'm wearing this today. This is the Monica Blunder Beauty Balm Foundation. I have the lightest shade in 1-Eins, and it is beautiful. It's super creamy. It is absolutely delightful, but what I like about this is that once it's blended in, like, I don't feel like it looks heavy at all, but it has some pretty serious coverage to it. I feel like it has just enough to look like I'm perfecting my skin tone. So some of the hyperpigmentation is dialed down, redness is dialed down, but it doesn't look heavy or cakey. Can you get it to that point if you over apply? Yeah, but I have been using, you know, like a brush like this. This one is from Persona. This is their Base and Conceal brush. I've also been using it with my Merit #1 brush. Just little brushes that I, you know, and then start blending like this. Or if I need something small, like I'll go in certain areas like corners of the nose or under the eye. I find that this is not perfect underneath my eye because it is a cream foundation. It's a balm foundation. And so it settles in the fine lines under my eyes, even if I set it. I don't seem to have that problem. I'm looking at my forehead right here, but we powdered, and we powdered hardcore on that area. And I don't find that I get anything settling here, but I have enough lines under my eyes, and I'm a little bit more scarce with powder under the eyes because if I put too much powder, it can really age me. So I keep this to the face and I try and keep it away from under eyes. I'll just use a regular concealer underneath my eyes, but I love it on the face. I feel like this is really beautiful. Now the powder that I discovered, I picked up 2 powders this month. One of them is this. This is the Cloud Set from Kosas. It's in one of their shade expansion shades. It's called Airy. It's the pink one. If I can get her open. There we go. All right. So I do have the original Cloud Set, the ones that are skin tone shades, and I have the one in Airy, which is the lightest, and I really like it. I like it a lot. But I've been using this pink powder nonstop. Under the eyes, all over the face, it looks like nothing. I don't know what magic there is to this baked powder by Kosas, but I really like it. And I was sure I wasn't going to like this pink shade. Oh my goodness. It's so good. So if you're looking for a brightening powder or a pink powder, I feel like the texture of this is nice. It's not like the most pink out there, but when it's blended in, it gives a slight dialed down look to the face, so it's not quite as glowy without making you look matte and dry. And that's what I want. I want the shine to be gone without looking like a porcelain doll. Because the minute I get to that point where I look like a porcelain doll, it's too much powder, and then no amount of like the divine water from M, nothing can help me. Then I just look like I'm wearing heavy makeup, and I don't like that. So I like the formula of this, and this brightening pink powder has been great. The one that I'm wearing today, even under the eyes, and that is hard for me to find something I can wear all over the face and even under the eyes, is this. This is the Kimchi Chic Puff Puff Pass translucent. Now I got the mini version because I went into, years ago, there used to be a Sephora inside JCPenney's at my local mall, which is more than an hour away. But when they put in the local Sephora, they closed down the Sephora inside JCPenney, but JCPenney did something brilliant, which I really appreciate, is they used those spaces that they already had inside of their store, and they started carrying brands. Not all brands, but I think most of the brands they carry are brands that you cannot get at Sephora. And this brand right here is one that I had never seen. I'd heard about in passing, but I'd never seen in person. And when I put my finger, and I wish they had the large size, I would have gotten the large. They only had the small. When I put my finger in here and I started doing this, I was like, whoa, it's mattifying, it's blurring. I have it on under the eyes, and I cannot tell that I'm wearing powder under the eyes because it doesn't add any additional texture. It also makes sure that sometimes, even though I'm wearing something that's very emollient, very hydrating like this, that I don't have any product settling into the expression lines in my forehead. I chalk that up less to the formulation of this and more to the formulation of this. There is something magical about this powder. I don't know what it is. It is very finely milled. I really like this. I've been reaching for it so much, and I'll probably plow through it and want to get the full size. I've got a lot of really good powders right now, but this one really impressed me. So good. Other powders I've been loving and using all over the face as well. I said I wasn't going to get it, and then I was in Sephora, and I swirled my fingers in all of the colors and felt them and swatched them. And here, Little Miss Dragon palette is at home with me. Love it so much. So this shade here, the finishing powders, these two are beautiful. I really like these. I'm wearing the bronzer today. I'm wearing the blush today. I'm wearing the highlight today. On the days that I don't want to do a warm look, I'll skip this blush and I'll use this cooler pink blush here. They're both perfect for my skin tone. This surprised me. Now she's $90. I think there are multiple places where you can get this on sale. I know Sephora's VIB Rouge sale is starting on the 1st. I know that before then, if this goes up, I think it will go up before the sale starts. You might be able to get it on the Hourglass website for 20% off. I think Beautylish is also doing a sale. Is it just their gift card event, or is it actually a sale? I don't remember, but I know there are places where you can get this and not spend $90. You know, you can save yourself $18 if you get it at 20% off, and I think it's beautiful. But I'm not mad at myself for having spent $90. And the one thing that I like about it is the packaging is no longer plastic. It's completely metallic, including this insert right here. And I also like that instead of a click closure, she's magnetized. I do really like the packaging. I like the dragons on the front. I like that it's a magnetic closure. I also really like that the mirror in here is big enough for me to use while I'm, doing my face, and I can see my whole face in here. I am not mad I spent $90 on this, and really glad to have it, and have been using it quite a bit this month. I'm going to end on eyes today. The one that I'm wearing today and that I've been reaching for so much is this. This is the Lisa Eldridge Liquid Silk eyeshadow. Oh, I love this. And I have the shade Phoebe. This is so pretty. So you don't need very much. It's kind of like a camely shade. It has a little bit of warmth to it, but it blends out to perfection. And there's an ingredient in here that helps to make the eyelid look a little bit less textured. It also stays put. It's easy to take off with, you know, like facial cleanser at the end of the day, but I like that I'm not getting it stuck in the crease. It doesn't crease on me. It doesn't kind of at the corner, if it gets a little bit of tears on it, because I have a very leaky left eye, I don't end up with this kind of like dripping down. I like that it stays where I put it. Now, I don't have oily eyelids. I don't know how this would work for somebody with oily lids, but with my 50-year-old eyelids, I really have been loving this. Something else that I'm still loving, and it's because I've been going for very basic eye looks. You see what I'm wearing today? You know, very little. I'm still really liking the Fawn palette from Eldridge. She's so pretty. I mean, the packaging is lovely, but these are the neutrals that I want to wear, and I have been reaching for quite a lot. I've been using this deep shade here. You can see like a little line right here as eyeliner. I've been using this shade and this shade together. I've been using this shade and this shade together. Sometimes I'll use just this one. I think this is a lovely, lovely eyeshadow palette, but it's definitely for somebody who's looking for a less is more look. This is not one where, can you build it? Yes, yes, you can, but it really lends itself towards soft, easy, daily looks. And for somebody like me who likes a boring Betty eyeshadow, this is perfect. Now, if you're looking for brighter colors, for more intensity, I don't know that Eldridge eyeshadows, the powder eyeshadows, are the way to go. You get plenty of pigment with these. The other ones tend to be just a little bit softer. You can build them, but you got to work to do that. The one mascara I can't stop reaching for this month, oh my goodness, this is so good. This is the Shape Shift Tubing Mascara from M. Love. I'm wearing this today. I did not curl my lashes. Now, my lashes are the sort of lashes that are straight and slightly downward pointed, and they're short. So the worst combo, short, straight, and like if I don't curl them and put mascara on them, it's like, do you have eyelashes? Because the tips are blonde. My eyelashes are not my best natural resource, shall we say. But this mascara looks great, and I can't believe that I can put it on and it builds length and just the right amount of volume. And of course, I'm wearing like an easy eye today. That's kind of the idea of when I reach for this mascara, but it also helps to lift like the corners of my lashes. Do you see how they're kind of going up a little bit? Like there was no curl added to these lashes today, and normally you can't see anything. They're like this or slightly downward pointed, and this has been really good. I do really like, I normally am not one of these molded brush people, but this one works really well. I don't get a lot of transfer to my lid, and some brushes can be too big or too bulky, and I end up like, oh, I just hit the, and then I'll have like a big giant smudge of mascara. So I like the size of this wand. I love the formula, and that I don't have to curl my lashes. I can eliminate a step and still get them to look beautiful and long and lifted, which is what I really like. The other mascara I've been reaching for a lot is this one. I'm still really liking this Swede Pro Lift Mascara, and this is really interesting because it has the smallest little wand. Like if you're looking at it, we have little teeny tiny bristles right here, and then the rest of the wand just carries the bulk of the product. So I will go through and swipe on, not with the brush side, but with the other side just to get product, and then flip it to the brush side and brush through. I do have to be careful that I don't get too much of this, but when I put this on, I do curl my lashes when I wear this one. It's kind of like I need to do that. But as I'm going through brushing it on, oh my goodness, I get all sorts of length. Really like this, and it dries beautifully, and I really like the look of it. So I'm very impressed with this Swede mascara. Really loving the new one from M. So good, so good. So for books this month, I've been really into nonfiction. I've been reading a book about Catherine de Medici and Queen Elizabeth I. They were contemporaries around the same time, around the Renaissance time. And what's so interesting is that here are two women who are very strong, very powerful, very much in charge, but they have different wants and needs for their country and that go against the other. So you have two women sparring. And it's so interesting. The book is called Blood, Fire, and Gold. If you've been watching The Serpent Queen, I was so sad that The Serpent Queen isn't coming back for season 3. But if you liked that at all, you might like this. This is not the book that show is based off of, but is specifically about the relationship between Elizabeth I and Catherine de Medici. And watching that show is kind of what spurred me into reading this book. And politically, those two women, I don't know if there was a better person to spar with politically than each other, because they were both so sharp and so smart and both wanting different things for their country. England is saying part of France, Calais, is really English territory. And the French are going, no, no, it's not. And so they're arguing back and forth over different things. It's very, very interesting. And the sorts of ideas that they had going on with religion as well. It's a very Catholic nation in France and a very Protestant nation in England, and the Huguenots in France. Anyway, very interesting. I really enjoyed it. It was one of those that really made me think, and also brought in aspects of history that I've liked before. Another book that I read is The Highly Sensitive Person. And this is a book, I feel like I qualify as a highly sensitive person. I'm able to kind of really pick up on what's going on in the room. Like, I'll walk into a room and be like, ooh, it's uncomfortable, or something's going on here. But I really feel it. I feel it, and I feel like it makes me a better communicator, because I can see where someone's coming from if they're uncomfortable, if they're uptight, if they're anxious, if they're really at home. You know, I can let myself be a little bit more relaxed. I pick up on whatever vibe they're giving off, and I kind of run with that. So I tailor my communication person to person. But one of the downsides of being a highly sensitive person is that I get drained so easily. It doesn't take much for me to be completely overwhelmed because I'm feeling some of the feelings of other people in the room, or I get stressed out because I know, oh, this person's unhappy. Oh, something's going on over here. And so it was interesting to read this book that talked about kind of like the superpowers of a highly sensitive person, and then how to make sure you take care of yourself and tactics to make sure that you don't get too overwhelmed. So I thought it was a really interesting read. Both my kids are highly sensitive. I think my mom qualifies as a highly sensitive person. I think it's a familial thing. We all have it. And it's a great superpower at times, but also there are other times where I'm just like, oh my goodness, I can't people anymore. And I used to think it was because I was an introvert. I don't really think I'm an introvert. I think it's that level of high sensitivity that really makes me understand what's going on. And I can feel the tension in the room. And sometimes if there's too much tension, I just get completely emotionally drained and I have to quit. So it was very interesting to read this book about people who are like me, and then also gave me tips on how to handle that so that I don't end up being overwhelmed too much. I would love to know what sort of things you have been loving this month. It could be a book. It could be a meal. Another thing that I've been doing a lot in October, this is a food item. Have you seen kind of like the viral TikTok, the whole cucumber salad, where you take a cucumber and you turn the whole thing into a salad and you eat it? I did that, but you can adjust the sorts of things you put in there. And I have had like very prolific cucumber plants in my backyard. So I've been trying to find ways to eat cucumbers, and cucumber salad has been the easiest. So for lunch, sometimes I'll just, peel and slice an entire cucumber, throw it in a giant, mason jar with some sour cream and mayonnaise, a crushed clove of garlic, and then I put in there with it some tahini. Now, tahini is that kind of lime and chili and salt sort of mixture. So I put plenty of that in there, shake it up, and then I'm eating, fork, and I get down to the bottom and I'm scraping the sides to get all the dressing out. But it's so delicious. I tried it once without the crushed garlic and it's okay. You can do it with just a little bit, like a spoonful of sour cream, a spoonful of mayo, and the tahini. But if you really want it to be delicious, and like you want to lick the bowl delicious, the garlic really makes it. So a crushed clove of garlic. Anyway, that's the other thing I've been eating a lot this month, just to try and stay up to date. Finally had our first frost here. So cucumbers are done, tomatoes are done. I have a wheelbarrow full of tomato plants in my garage because I didn't have time to go and pick them all. I just told my husband, rip up the plants, put them in the wheelbarrow, move it to the garage so that they don't freeze. And I'm going out to the garage and I'm picking tomatoes. Okay. It's been a weird month for me. I'm very grateful that it's over. I would love to know, what sorts of things have you been loving? It could be a book, it could be a TV show, it could be a movie, it could be a makeup product, it could be a non-makeup product, something that makes your life easier or better. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon.